We're planting in our tomato beds, but it's not tomatoes. Stick around to see what we're up to. We ended last year's growing season in a little bit of a mess. After a restful winter, we're eager to get back outside and start again, but that means we have work to do. Jason is using a hoop hoe to loosen up the weeds in these beds.
Okay, these two beds here are going to be tomatoes come April 8th, average last frost here. We're going to go ahead and clear the beds of any weeds because we're going to plant some of the extra space in it with stuff now.
We are pulling weeds by hand in these beds. This is more thorough because we can make sure we get the roots cleared out. The space we are working in is our most established garden spot. We made these 5 permanent beds in 2015. Because we broad fork and add compost every year, the weeds that you see are very easy to pull. The soil is loose and fluffy. One bed down, one to go. It might look like we missed some weeds in the first bed, but those are cilantro plants that are regrowing from our fall garden. They are too valuable to pull because we love cilantro in this house. These 2 beds are ready for their yearly maintenance of broad forking, fertilizing, and topping off with compost. Jason is torching the paths with the flame weeder. This is the second pass in this area.
Okay, I just put down Nature Safe 855 and a little lime. I'm going to stir that in, and then we're going to dump about 4 to 6 5-gallon buckets of compost on each bed. Break that out and we're ready to plant.
And now we're ready to plant.
We're going to use the same board that we used on carrots. We use this on carrots, radishes, and green onions. Okay, so we're planting tomatoes in this bed later in the month of April. They're going to go on 2-foot spacing. It's going to be a double row, 2 feet apart, and 2-foot spacing in the row. So for right now, we're going to plant radishes down the center because they only take like 23 to 30 days or something. And we should be able to plant our tomatoes still without disturbing those, or maybe they're out already. On the outside, we're going to plant green onions down both sides so we can utilize the whole space of this bed.
It's probably easier to visualize the layout of these beds now. Our tomatoes will eventually fit on either side of the radishes that we're spacing out. And because these are 5-foot beds, we still have room along the edge to put bunching onions.
Now we're planting the green onions that we started inside the house on January 31st. Going to use our homemade diddle, make it quick and easy.
About how deep are your holes?
Making a hole about the same as those plugs, maybe a little bit deeper. For these green onions, they really don't need to go any deeper. But it's not going to hurt them if they go a little bit deeper. So these are leeks, and I've made a little deeper hole for them. We'll separate them out and we'll drop them in the hole and not close the hole for now. We'll let it close itself as the leak goes.
We plant our leeks a little differently than most of our other started plants. Jason breaks apart the soil after removing the plant from the cell in the tray. If there were multiples in the cell, one of us gently separates the plants so that there is only one plant in each spot in our bed. We're careful not to break the roots when we do this. Then I make sure the roots touch the bottom of the hole and rake just a small amount of soil over the roots so that they don't dry out, but the hole is still open. Our starts are small and still need light, but we need to plant them deeply. We don't close the hole. Over time, the soil will gradually fill the hole while the plant also grows taller. They are also planted deeply so that the soil will blanch more of the stalk. One more thing to plant. Probably. Cilantro from Johnny's. Is this safe seed or new seed?
It's new seed.
That was a productive afternoon in the garden. We planted 384 radishes, 32 bunching onions, 18 leeks, and approximately an 8-foot row of cilantro. We did not go through and water in like we normally do because the forecasted weather would do that job for us.
Well, don't that look better? We got rid of some weeds, got some cilantro and radishes, and green onions planted. That's it for us today. That's all the time we have. We gotta go make a birthday meal for our daughter Belle. See you guys.
Oh my gosh, probably worse than the first one.
He's already recording.
Yeah.
That's it for us today.